Hello everyone, welcome back to the THV Foundation channel. Kim Taehyung uploads 20 photos and videos on Instagram. Kim Taehyung has once again taken social media by storm with his latest Instagram post. Without warning, the man known as V of BTS shared 20 photos and videos showcasing various aspects of his life. From his daily routine in the studio, workout sessions, personal journeys, to touching moments of contemplation. But what caught fans' attention the most was one shocking image, where Taehyung is seen with a nosebleed, with real blood dripping from his nose. One of the posts shows him sitting in a studio with soft orange lighting. He wears a gray sleeveless shirt that shows off his muscular arms, complete with a cute knit hat with cat ears and large headphones. His hand is touching his lips, and his eyes convey a deep stillness, giving the impression of an artist lost in creativity. In another photo, Taehyung stands gazing at a bottle of luxury wine labeled Chambol Museni. He wore a dark hoodie, his hair falling naturally over his forehead. His gaze was deep, as if he were reminiscing about something personal. The style and tone of this photo convey a sense of elegance and mystery. There's also a moment when he's at the airport, wearing a black knitted balaclava shaped like cat ears and a white mask. Beside him, Jungkook is seen wearing a Supreme beanie and a black cloth mask. Their all-black style creates a mysterious yet captivating airport fashion. Taehyung also captured himself posing with a gym trainer. Wearing a sweat-drenched gray t-shirt, his arm muscles were clearly visible. He formed a peace symbol with his fingers and smiled slightly at the camera, giving off a relaxed and warm aura despite the hard-working atmosphere. In another photo, he's sitting in the gym, wearing a tight black tank top and a red Coca-Cola cap covered with a small towel. He took the selfie through the reflection of a large mirror, with large headphones still in his ears. The solitude of his fitness routine feels intimate and serene. The most shocking image shows him sitting on a sofa with blood dripping thinly from his nose. He held a tissue and remained calm, even though he was clearly experiencing a nosebleed. Many fans immediately became concerned, asking if he was sick or tired. Another post showed a moment of intimacy. Taehyung sat comfortably leaning against someone close to him. He smiled while holding a small bottle, looking very relaxed. This moment showcased a personal side and a warm relationship rarely seen in public. There was also a photo of him in a photo studio, wearing a black leather jacket with his hair styled sleekly back. He stood stylishly under the dramatic studio lighting, exuding a movie star aura with a strong retro feel. In another post, Taehyung was seen playing the piano. He wore a white shirt open at the chest. His fingers danced gracefully over the keys, and the camera was positioned from behind, creating a very poetic and contemplative atmosphere. One short video showed him walking slowly through a snowy field. He wore a long cream-colored coat, a gray scarf, and a thick beanie. He smiled at the camera, and the sound of the wind added to the video's surreal and calming atmosphere. There's also a moment where he sits on a hotel balcony, wearing navy blue satin pajamas with a star pattern, holding a glass of wine, and gazing out at the city lights at night. The dim lighting enhances the sense of introspection and meaningful silence. He also shows himself trying on clothes in a fitting room, wearing a brown suede vest, white pants, and leather boots. His gaze in the mirror is focused and critical, demonstrating his professionalism in choosing a style. In a particularly cinematic moment, Taehyung is seen sitting on a wooden chair by a misty lake, wearing a long wool coat and a beret. The serene atmosphere and natural visuals create the impression of a scene from an indie film. There's also a shot of him playing with his beloved dog, Yeontan, He's wearing a thick sweater and casual pants. He's laughing freely, and Yeontan seems cheerful around him. This moment shows his domestic and loving side. One of the slow-motion videos shows him dipping his hand into a river. He's wearing a white linen suit, and the sunset creates a beautiful shimmer on the water's surface. Soft, faint music adds to the serenity. In the dressing room, Taehyung is seen wearing a black satin robe. A stylist is applying makeup to his face. His eyes are focused on the mirror, displaying professionalism and intense concentration. Another post shows him standing on the rooftop of a tall building, with a purple sunset sky in the background. He's wearing a gray suit with gold details, while the wind blows through his hair, adding a dramatic and majestic feel. There's also a candid moment in a restaurant, where he's laughing heartily with his friends. He's wearing a simple hoodie and round sunglasses. The restaurant's warm lighting creates a relaxed and happy atmosphere. The next photo shows him asleep in an airplane seat with a blanket covering half of his body. His face is peaceful and his hair is slightly messy. This is a rarely seen, human side of Taehyung, tired but at peace. In his final post, he photographed himself in front of a mirror wearing a Baroque-style mask that covers half of his face. One eye stares intently into the camera, exuding a mysterious and aesthetic aura that is so uniquely his. These posts aren't just ordinary photos. They feel like slices of Taehyung's life, crafted with artistic and emotional sensitivity. He doesn't just showcase his visuals or style, but also shares moods, reflective fragments, and personal relationships embedded within each image. Without lengthy captions or bombastic words, Taehyung seems to speak through atmosphere, color, facial expressions, and camera angles. This is his signature form of visual storytelling, intuitive, sometimes eccentric, and always memorable. Fans from around the world immediately flooded the comments section with a variety of expressions, from praise for the post's aesthetic to dismay over the nosebleed photo to a sense of emotion at how Taehyung reveals his innermost self. Many ARMOIs wrote that they felt like they were involved in V's inner world, one that isn't always glamorous or bright, but also a space of silence, solitude, and a longing to be heard. One comment read, "It feels like we're sitting quietly beside him, just breathing in his world." From a fashion perspective, this post shows Taehyung's increasingly bold and consistent style evolution. He's not afraid to appear eccentric with a Baroque mask or a cat balaclava, but he can also be an elegant gentleman in a formal suit or a simple white shirt. The combination of streetwear, haute couture, and vintage elements creates a unique silhouette. He shows that style isn't about trends, but rather the expression of feelings and moments. Visually, Taehyung once again proves himself to be a multidimensional artist. He's not just a singer or actor, but also a keen aesthetic curator. Each frame feels like a living painting, with a composition of color, texture, and shadow that's unconventional yet highly cinematic. These photos could easily fit into a contemporary art gallery or the front page of an experimental visual magazine. His sensitivity to mood and atmosphere is unmatched. More than that, this post also feels like a silent message to fans that he's in an introspective phase. In some of the photos, his expression is far from his usual laughter or public poses. Even when he smiles, there's a layer of sadness and maturity beneath. He seems to be saying that while he's loved by many, there's a side of him that still craves personal space, peace, and the possibility of being tired. With these dozens of posts, Taehyung isn't just filling his Instagram feed, but also opening a window into a more intimate and real inner space. He's inviting fans to join him, not as spectators, but as witnesses to his journey as a human being, not just as an idol. And perhaps that's what makes these posts so moving. Wordless honesty, unscripted expression, and the courage to show that being beautiful can also mean being vulnerable.